Good morning, welcome to a Hatha class from me. So we're going to do a bit of a flow this morning. It's my last day here in Spain and it's lovely to have the sunshine and wake up with the sunlight. So let's do a lovely flow together. So if you'd like to start kneeling, you can grab your block to sit on. We're just going to close the eyes for a moment. So bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And let's take a few inhalations and exhalations here. So just allowing your body to feel more present. Feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. Just setting an intention here for your practice. So what is it you need today, whether it's this morning, this evening, just setting that intention. Your practice is always here to bring you back to that sense of grounding and balance. From here, bringing your hands in front of your heart and just rolling the wrists. And reverse. Take a link of the fingers, send the hands up towards the ceiling, stretching out of the waist. Let's head over to one side. Back to center and the opposite side. Just opening a little into the waist. Coming back to center, let's go a little further. So drop your right hand down, send your left arm long. And reverse, left hand down, stretch along with that right arm. And come back to center. So let's head into our table position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to open with that right arm, so stretch up with that right arm. And then thread it through, dropping the right ear down to the mat. We're going to send the left arm long, threading that needle. And then drop the right hand down, stretch up with that left arm. Let's thread that needle through the right, left ear down, open with that right arm. Planting that right hand down. Let's lift off the knees and hover. Gauge the core. Let's sit back to the heels, stretch into the arms. And then start to straighten the legs, heading into your down dog. Bend and take the knees wide to the mat. And then straighten back into your down dog. Let's bend and take the knees wide. And straighten. Let's do that one more time. If it feels too much to take them wide, just drop them under the hips. Pushing back to that down dog. Let's just move side to side in our down dog, pushing into each hip. Looking towards the hand, step the right knee forward or right foot forward. Come into that low lunge, reaching up. Both hands inside edge of that right foot. Push back into that left leg now. Let's open with that right arm. Frame that right foot. Step it back to your down dog. Pushing back. Sending the gaze forward as you step forward with that left foot now. Dropping the right knee, reaching up. Low lunge. Drop dropping both hands down, inside edge of that left foot, push back into your toes on the right. Let's open and twist, left arm long. This time framing that left foot, stepping it back to your plank pose. You can drop your knees if you need. We're going to bend at the elbows, lower down to our mat. Breathe into our cobra and exhale back into that down dog, pushing back. Let's send the gaze forward, step the right foot forward this time into a high lunge, bringing up the arms. Framing that right foot, step it back, down dog. Send the hips to the mat, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Let's do that again, drop the hips down, exhale back. One more here, using your breath. This time we're stepping forward, left foot, we've got that high lunge, the other side. Frame that left foot, step both feet now to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, let's rise tall. Exhale, heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, long spine. Step back to your plank. Bend at the elbows, lower to your mat. Breathe to cobra. Exhale, down dog, pushing back. Let's squeeze that right leg back. Step it forward, top of the mat, right foot. High lunge. Plant both hands inside edge of that right foot. Let's open with that left arm. Take that twist here, pushing back into the heel of the left. Then reversing left hand down, open with the right. Framing that right foot, step it back to your plank. Bending at the elbows. Rolling into your cobra. And exhale, down dog, pushing back. Make sure those fingers are wide, the palms are flat. Legs are long. Let's squeeze back that left leg now. Step forward, left foot. Find your high lunge. Remember, you can always take that low lunge option. Hands inside edge of that left foot. We're going to keep the left hand down, open with the right. Taking that twist. Drop that right hand, open with the left. Framing that left foot, let's find our plank. Bend at the elbows. Roll into our cobra. Exhale, down dog. We're going to step to the top of the mat, both feet together and fold. Inhale, rise tall. Exhale, heart. Linking the fingers together, reaching up. Let's go side to side. How are those hips feeling this morning or this evening, depending when you're practicing? Let's do 2 more. And back to center. Exhale, fold. Long spine when you're ready. Stepping back to your plank. Bending at the elbows. Breathing to cobra. Exhale, down dog. Let's squeeze that right leg back. Inhale over to the left wrist. Our right wrist, and send that leg long. Let's reverse that now. Right wrist, left wrist. Send that leg long. Let's step forward. Find that high lunge again, bringing up the arms, bending into that front leg. We're going to drop our left knee down and then squeeze up. You can always bring your hands to your hips if you need to. Squeezing up. One more here. Squeezing up. Send your hands behind your back. Link your fingers. And let's fold into that humble warrior. Peeling the arms arms away from the back. Let's frame that right foot, step it back to our plank pose. Open onto our left arm, send that right arm long, reaching high. And then change slowly. Right hand down, left arm reaches high. Coming back to your plank, bending at the elbows. Find your cobra. And take an exhale into child's pose here, sitting back. Stretching those arms long. This time rolling forward, coming all the way down to your mat, finding your cobra and exhaling back into your child's pose. So like a wave here, bending at the elbows, breathing to your cobra and exhaling back. Let's do that once more. Feels lovely on our lower back. Back into that child's pose. And then find your down dog when you're ready. Squeezing those inner arms to open into your shoulders. Let's take that left leg back. So we inhale to our left wrist, our right wrist, and we squeeze our leg back. We reverse to our right wrist, our left wrist. Take that leg back. We have our high lunge now, top of the mat, left foot is forward. Bring up those arms. We can keep our arms high, we can bring our hands to our waist as we drop our right knee down and we squeeze it back up. So we drop down, we squeeze up. We take one more here, squeezing back up, and then we send our hands behind our back, peeling them behind us, exhaling into our humble warrior. Finding that lovely long breath. Releasing your hands, framing your left foot, stepping it back to your plank. We roll onto that right arm, we send that left arm high. Really peel away from your mat. And then drop that left hand down and we reverse. We can always drop our knee down if we need. Coming back to your regular plank pose, we squeeze our right knee to our left elbow, we take it back. We squeeze our left knee to our right elbow, we step back. Let's repeat. Both sides. One more. Find your plank, drop down into your up dog. Let's exhale. Down dog when you're ready. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, push back. Inhale, dropping down. Exhale, push back. Squeeze your right leg back. Inhale, knee to chest. And then plant that knee down, finding pigeon pose. So we send our left leg back as far as we can. We're going to stay high in our pigeon, maybe removing our hands, linking the fingers again, opening into the shoulders. Releasing the hands down, maybe kicking back and taking hold of that left ankle. Deepening that stretch into the left knee, the left thigh. These are all options. And then finally, maybe folding forward, maybe making a pillow with your hands for your forehead. Maybe stretching your arms long. Lowering all the way down to your mat. Once you're there, just take a little wiggle side to side. Is there anywhere that needs your focus and attention to release? Just guiding your breath into that space. Maybe feeling good to hold on any point. when you're ready, rolling back up, framing your right knee, let's step it back to our plank. We're crossing our knee to our elbow again. Take your time. It's a controlled movement. Firing up the core. This is our last one. Holding that plank, sending the hips down to the mat, and then pushing back into your down dog. Let's drop our hips and push back. We're ready to take that left leg long now. We draw that knee into the chest. We drop that knee down to the mat. And we shift back with our right leg. Remember, we're going to stay high. So we can keep our hands down if we need to. Or we take our hands away and we pull back into our arms, getting that lovely opening. Releasing. Maybe this is where you kick back and hold on to your right ankle as well. Again, everything is optional. We can always just fold straight down into our pigeon pose if we need to. We release. We then take that option of long arms or make that pillow, dropping the forehead down. Relax the toes of that back leg, and then maybe here is where we take a little bit of movement. A little check-in. Holding wherever we need to. Just taking that listen to the body. Coming back up, framing that knee. We've got one more plank, I promise. Let's step it back. Hold that plank. And you can simply hold, or we do our knee alternate knees. Again, with control. Last one. Send your knees to your mat. Head back into that child's pose. Sitting back towards the heels. And then rolling back up. Send your hands now behind you, fingers pointing towards your heels. Squeeze your shoulder blades, maybe pulling away from the heels themselves, pushing the hips up. Exhale, come back down. Plant your hands back on the mat. Sit back now onto the toes and the legs. Send the toes out to the side of the mat. Bring the elbows into the inner legs. And so in that deep squat, you can always grab your block if you need to sit on it. Maybe it feels good to take a little bit of movement again. Feeling into that lower back. Maybe we're happy just finding stillness in the pose. Don't forget your breath, lovely long breath in. Maybe that sigh out. Let's do that one more time. Inhale in. And that release out. Let's plant our hands down, start to straighten our legs now, letting our head feel heavy. No weight in the head. We take a slow roll all of the way up. Head is the last thing to come up. And we bring the legs together. So you may want to come to a wall now, maybe the right hand is on a wall. If not, we feel okay to bend that left knee. Maybe we're just holding that knee in. Maybe we're taking hold of the foot. Maybe it's our strap that we're using as we send that leg out. Getting that lovely long stretch in the whole of the leg. We're then going to take that leg out to the side. Maybe we send that right arm out as well. Remember to listen to your body, come to the version that feels okay for you. Bring that foot back in, let go of it now, hold it up. And then bend that knee and start to head into your warrior three. So you take that leg back, maybe the arms are out, maybe the arms are reaching forwards. So I'm going to turn so you can see. Keep the toe pointing down, hip down as well. And then slowly come back up, drawing those legs back together. So we've got the other side to do. So it does help just to hold your gaze on something. So bending that right knee first. Maybe it's the knee you're holding, maybe it's the foot. Maybe your left hand is on a wall to take that support. Stretching down the back of that leg. Taking that leg out to the side now, maybe that left arm is out as well. Do not hold the breath. Draw that leg back in, let go of it now, hold it up. Bend the knee. Take that leg back, find your warrior three. So it's that flying Superman pose, feeling strong and powerful. We again can place our hands on some support if we need to. And then release. And come back up. Well done. We're going to sit down on our mats now. So taking a bend into your legs to start. We're going to send our hands out and we're going to lift off our feet in our boat pose. You can keep the knees bent, you can take the legs long. Longer the legs, the more challenging it is on the core muscles. Keep the shoulders relaxed, so try not to hunch the shoulders. And then from here, draw the knees in and we're going to alternate. So we're not going to touch our mat if we can, we're just bending and straightening those legs. Nearly there. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give yourself a hug, dropping those knees down, a nice squeeze. And we are going to roll down to our yoga mat. So take your time here, just allow the body to come down. And once you're there, give that squeeze again of both knees in. Lovely hug and squeeze. We're going to send both heels up to the ceiling now, arms alongside us, palms down. We're going to drop our left leg down but not touch our mat. We're going to bring it back up. We're going to drop our right leg down, not touch our mat, and bring it back up. Now if we feel okay, both legs come down, not touch our mat, and draw them back up. Again, dropping both legs, hovering, and drawing back up. Let's do a few more of these. If you've any lower back issues, you take a bend of the knees in first and then you send them out. Then you draw them in and up. So if you feel okay, you're dropping the legs with straight legs, drawing up. Any lower back issues, you're bending the legs. We can feel that working in our core. When we strengthen our core, we strengthen our lower back. We're going to do 2 more. Hovering, squeezing up. And the last one here. Squeezing up. Draw those knees back in, give yourself that hug. And if it feels okay, bring up the head as well. Drop your head down, plant your feet on your mat, arms back alongside you. So just make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips. Tuck in that chin. And we're going to roll up into our bridge pose. The arms are going to stay on the mat. We're going to push into our right foot, so lift away the right heel and then drop it down. Push into our left foot, lifting away that left heel. Drop it down. We've now got both heels off of the mat, balancing on our toes, dropping back down. Let's do that again. Squeezing up onto just the toes, dropping down to the heels. Let's do a few more. So you should feel this in the glutes, hamstrings, onto those toes, dropping down. Let's do a few more, 3 more. I know we can feel it, it gets shaky. This is number 2. And we've got 1 more to do. Up onto those toes, hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant those heels down. And then exhale the spine back to your mat. Take your time. We're going to cactus the arms here, send the soles of the feet together in our supported butterfly. Just finding our breath. Maybe just taking a moment for gratitude for our amazing body as well. We very rarely think about what's going on in the inside of our bodies. We just look at the outer shell, what we can see with the naked eye. There's a whole network happening inside. 24 hours a day, always working, always supporting you. Draw the knees together. Send your left leg long on your mat and just take in the right knee now. Squeeze that knee in. Let's take our right knee over to the left side. Left hand is that guide, bringing it down to the ground, rolling onto your left hip. Let the right palm open, moving the arm away from the body. Maybe closing the eyes here. Rolling back to center. Send your right leg long. Let's squeeze in that left side now. Hug it in. And then guide that knee with the right arm down to the ground. Left palm moving away. Maybe taking that close of the eyes as we slow down our practice now. to center for your final position called Shavasana. So just adjusting the body now to be still. And the feet fall out to the side. Palms facing upwards. Allowing the eyes to close. Just drawing your intention inwards. Into any sensations that you can feel in the body. Maybe the sensation of the breath. Maybe the feeling of a warmth or cold. Maybe that sensation of just stillness, of silence. And then from here, taking that squeeze of the knees again when you're ready. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana for longer if you want to. There's never a rush to get up if that's what your body needs. And when you do feel ready, just take that cross-legged position for a moment. And I always like to finish with my hands at my heart center, just thanking yourself for your practice, taking that time for you, and then bowing to Namaste. Namaste, light in me sees and honours the light in you. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you want to do any more classes, there's so many now on YouTube because I did start recording in COVID, and so that library has grown. Many classes. Feel free to share as well. And I run live classes every morning, so if you do want an in-person live class, do get in touch. Claire@angelyogasurrey.co.uk. There's also lots of information on my retreats and workshops. So have a wonderful day. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Take care.